Hello and welcome to this session in which we will keep working on the data definition language, which is part of the SQL, the structured query language. In the prior session, we looked at two commands in the data definition language, which are create and alter. In this session, we would look at the remaining three commands: drop, truncate, and rename. So make sure, if you're not familiar with what is structured query language, SQL, what are the different commands? For example, create and alter, you want to look at those. You can look at those in the prior session. Also, you want to know what is DDL in general, the data definition language. Let's go ahead and get started by looking today at the drop command, truncate, and rename. Starting with the drop command. What is the drop command? It's used to delete an object from the database. Now, the object can be a table, index, a database itself, a user, a view, a procedure, depending on the database. Simply put, what we're going to be dealing with mostly are tables and database. So tables, you could have many tables, you could drop a table. Now, it's very important to remember that once you use the drop command, once it's executed, it cannot be undone. There's no redo. You cannot retrieve the data. So you have to be very careful when using it. I would remind you again, because they could be testing you about this question specifically. So if you delete an entire table along with its data and schema definition, you can use the drop command followed by table, then the table name. So this syntax would look something like this: drop table employees. This command will delete the entire employees table from the database. Remember, the database could be made of many tables. One of them could be employees. So if you want to delete the whole table, you would use the drop command, and all the data and the schema will be permanently removed. So dropping a database, you could also drop a database. Remember, a database is composed of many tables. So you could take out a table or take out the whole database. So dropping a database, to delete an entire database, you can use also the drop command followed by database and then the database name. This command will delete, for example, the company DB database and everything inside of it. Okay, all tables, views, index, procedures will be permanently removed. Once again, to remind you, the drop command removes the schema and the data, making the recovery of that object, of that dropped object, very challenging. So you want to make sure you have backup. Now bear in mind, different database system might have slightly varying syntax or constraint around the drop command. So always refer to the database you are working with. Now keep in mind, this lecture, these courses are designed for accounting information students, CPA candidate, CMA candidate. So you just have to know the overall role of that command. So before executing the drop command, especially in a production environment, always ensure you have a recent backup and you have double checked the command to avoid any unwanted data loss. Let's take a look now at the truncate command. The truncate command is used to delete all the records from the table. Remember, we have a table, and we have many records in the table. Here what we're doing with the truncate command, we are removing the data, the records from the table, but the table itself is staying, because within a table, for example, employee table, you could have employee 1, employee 2, their name, their address, telephone number, so on and so forth. So the table will stay, but all the records will go away. So it's essentially what it does, it resets the table by deleting all the rows. So it just kind of keeps you the table clean, starting from zero in that sense. One of the main characteristics of the truncate, it's faster than the delete command when it comes to removing all the rows from a table. So simply put, the truncate, rather than removing the rows, each row, you could just truncate the whole thing, because it does not log individual raw deletion. An example will be, let's say you have a table named orders and you want to remove all the data from that table. Well, you will truncate table orders, and after executing the command, all the records in the order table will be removed. But the table structure itself, it will stay, because if you want to remove this one, you gotta go with the drop. Its column, constraint indexes, and so on would remain intact. So basically you are starting from zero. If you were to use the delete command for the same operation, delete from orders, this would also remove all records. However, this operation would generally be slower, especially when you have larger table, because each row deletion would be logged. Also, if the tables has identity column, it counter would not be reset. So if sometimes those tables, those records are connected to something else, so that's why that could be an issue with the delete. Also be careful here, the truncate command is irreversible once executed. Data removal cannot be undone unless you have a backup. Always make sure you want to delete all the rows before executing this command. And we have the rename command. Now under the rename command, some people might be confused because we saw the rename command under the alter, so you just have to be careful. The rename command is used to change the name of a table or a column. Remember, we could also change the column also under the alter. However, the way to rename tables and column can vary across database management system. So for example, in MySQL, just to give you an example, you can use the rename table command to rename a table. So if you want to rename a table, you could use the rename command. Rename old table to whatever the new table you want. To rename column in MySQL, you could use the alter table, which is, we looked at the alter table. Here what you're doing is renaming a column. So you would alter table, name change, old column to a new column. Again, different databases might use slightly different language. Simply put, remember the rename is to rename the table, alter is to rename the column. Now in some places you might do alter renaming both the table and the column. It is, again, different databases use in different language, but you need to know what the rename command is, renaming either a column or a table. The next thing what we're going to do is look at the data manipulation language, the DML. What should you do now? You should go to Farhat lectures, look at MCQs, additional resources that's going to help you understand the data command language, whatever that data definition, data manipulation, data control, transaction control language. If you're studying for your CPA exam or an accounting student, invest in yourself, study hard, good luck, and stay safe.